Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Helen Nganga. Yes, today it's confession day, and today I'm reading just one simple or small confession. Then I'll read a letter to couples from an old man. So welcome, feel at home, and if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because why not? This is the place to be. So first thing first, I'll read that confession. You will tell me whether alcohol, some people drink alcohol just to gain courage or something. So this guy says, I quit drinking early this year, and since then I find it difficult to get along with women. When I was drinking, I used to get along with them easily. Could this be a sign of low self-esteem? A question mark. Advise a boy child. Yeah, guy. Anyway, guy. Well, anyway, but it's true. You're not alone. He used to get along with every single woman. He can approach anyone. You know, sometimes alcohol gives us that, or gives people that courage that ikorea sana when you're not drunk. If at all you have ever taken alcohol, you'll understand, or you will know that even how you speak the English in a flow, the English flows, the courage. By the alcohol boosts most of these people's courage. Kuna mtu hawezi kuongelesha kama hajachapa kitu. Have you ever met someone who cannot approach you when he's sober? It's kawaida, by the way. It boosts our courage, so it's not a sign of self-esteem issue. But again, try and approach them when you are sober, because when you get addicted to approaching women when you are let's say when you are only drunk, now look. So if at all there's a boy child who is approaching women only when he gets drunk, he will face a challenge after quitting this thing. So sometimes it's not really self-esteem. If at all you have been functioning, because alcohol, umeanza kuchukua alcohol or kutake alcohol after growing up, after being maturing up, let's say after maybe school, after, if at all you had self-esteem issues when you are in high school, in college, in primary, that's when that affects you. But if at all you had your courage then, if at all you were courageous when you were high school, when you're in college, then that should not be the case. Unless you had issues then alcohol boosts your self-esteem, which is a good thing. But do not take alcohol. Do not go back to alcohol, because at least you have left something behind. Now, let's go to a letter to couples. This guy said, they say many couples separate after having children because, first, the reason as to why, I don't know whether you will tell me whether it's true. He said the reason as to why many couples separate after giving birth or having children is because, first, many husbands today do not understand what a mother goes through mentally, physically, emotionally during pregnancy and after delivery. Most men do not understand that. Yeah, they can never understand, because a very small percentage of men understands what their wives goes through. Others take it as kawaida. It's like giving birth is just like eating bread and going to the... No. By the way, many husbands do not understand that giving birth is not a joke. So they do not understand. The moment you sit down and analyze that process of giving birth, you'll come to understand what women or what your wife goes through. So I agree with this man, because pregnancy, imagine you are slim, you had your body, and now you have something that is growing in you that you need to accommodate, allow it grow to full term. Inakupea moods, inakupea mood swing inakupe, you become fat. Imagine that beautiful person now, and especially our noses. I don't know what happens when someone is pregnant. Our noses becomes like double this one. If I get pregnant, you will see my nose has increased in size. So many men do not understand that the pregnancy affects women more emotionally, physically, and even mentally, because ni kitu haujui. It's not that comfortable to be pregnant. Okay, number 2, he says they think she's always angry, they think she's always acting up, but they don't know the sacrifice and endurance she makes just so the children won't be affected. By the way, women smile even in let's say in violent marriages. Women, they fake faces, they fake how they will appear, they fake everything for the sake of their kids, protecting their kids. They fake, even if they, unapata mtu amelala akiwekwa makofi, but in the morning she's up and ready to prepare something for the kids, or take good care of their kids. So women get angry. She's not acting up. The sacrifice that this woman does, or it's magic. I agree with that, because I am a woman. I understand being pregnant, how you become shapeless, how you become nose with big nose and big nosed, the postpartum thing, everything. Thirdly, communication. That's where the problem is. Most couples, once they have children, lose communication. Kwa sababu katoto kako hapa kanabeba attention. So if there is a problem, talk about it. Don't run away. Don't tell your family or friends, because sometimes they are the ones who will destroy the family that you have built. If there is a problem, sit down and solve with your spouse, because telling your mother, telling your sister, telling your father, telling your brother will not solve, or a friend, in fact, do not tell them. They will laugh at you, they will ruin your marriage, they will ruin whatever you have built with your hands. As a couple, fix your problems without involving your family or your friends. That's a good one, because kuna my friends wengine, they come to visit just to know where problem imekugongea, umefikishana wapi na mzee. There are people who will come to your home to investigate. Problem imekugonga paka wapi? Oh, sijui, where have you reached with your husband? Oh, did you fight? All those things. So couples learn to keep your fight within yourselves. That's an old man letter. And then he says to the husbands out there, understand your wives. Pregnancy, especially childbirth, is no joke. Hey, what's the procedure? Or we call it the process. Now, carrying the pregnancy, unless you have some difficulties, is easier. Ukianza hapa up to around 7 months. Then the 8th month, even sleeping, even carrying yourself is a problem. Hey. Pregnancy, especially childbirth, is no joke. Almost half of women lose their lives in danger because of pregnancy and childbirth. So the guy says, please men, learn to understand your wife. Understand your wives. Most women lose their lives or put their lives in danger just to bring a child. By the way, we have seen so many women dying during childbirth. So try and understand, try and give support them, bana. You planted that seed there, so you should also, at least the little thing that you can see, at least the smallest thing you can do is to support that woman. They sacrifice their beauties. When I get pregnant and come here, you will notice. You will know. I'll be like this. and kinose like this everywhere. Everything will change in me. So they sacrifice their beautiful bodies, careers, good lives to give you offsprings. Because if at all you are a man and you do not have children, hey, in most African cultures, when you do not have a child, in our culture, wanaskia, they give you what? They apply ashes on you, I don't know where, but meaning having offspring, having your generation makes you a complete man. So the little you can do is to support your wife. Ama namna gani? Hey, let's appreciate our wives. That's what he said. Kudos to the mothers who are willing to sacrifice their own lives for the good of their family. You are our true heroes, moms. Where I feel guys, that's a letter from an old man who sat down and realized that kumbe childbirth is not a joke. Kumbe women are sacrificing so much for us as men and as kids. By the way, it's the only thing you can. But the women are suffering. Women are suffering. If at all you can leave your child with your wife for a whole year, and you cannot stay with them for a day, you should be the first one to read this letter and acknowledge that this man is telling the truth. So the little you can do, or the less you can do, is to appreciate your wife, give them support, and that is it. For the alcohol, guys, if at all alcohol gives you courage and you didn't have courage, then self-esteem issues was there. If at all you had your own courage before venturing into alcohol, and now because alcohol, you are seeing things that are not real things. Alcohol makes us hallucinate. Have you ever had some men discussing something? Needed to unapita tu. We were walking. They were in front of me, and I was like walking behind them. I was coming from school or something. So the one guy said, I'll never take a woman to my home, especially after a night out. And the other one, I was asking why. Because I took one last weekend, and she was all over. The makeup was, when we were in club, that woman was, but in the morning, I found out that I found my grandma, not even the grandma I found out that I spent the night with a grandma, someone older than my mom. That's what she said. So the other guy was laughing at him, because why would you drink and take someone that you have never met at your home? So alcohol sometimes is good, sometimes don't let it control you. That's all I can say about alcohol. Husbands, love your wives. Know that they go through a lot to bring these kids to this world. And then wives, love your husband, as the Bible says, if they are lovable. Anyway, until next time, leave a comment. What do you think about the alcohol confession, and also about this couple's letter that an old man has written to us? What do you think? Leave a comment, and let's meet in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe. Ama namna gani? Yeah, bye bye. God bless you.